Oh, sorry about the aggressive music. It's not
I hope
very.
you like them wubs.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
It's pretty
To say the
spicy.
least.
But we are here in Team Jupiter versus Team Moon in our winners bracket final.
Yep.
So that means that this is essentially a semifinal, and the winner of this will go on to the grand finals, which is a best of 3. But the winner of this will have a 1-game advantage in that best of 3. So we have.
So this is a best of 1, correct?
This is a best of 1. You are correct, indeed. With
It's
Jupiter,
a first for everything.
Jupiter Blue.
A first for
Moon
everything
match.
or a thirst for everything? Both are correct for me, I
A
guess.
thirsty first.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay.
All kinds of
All
thirsty.
right,
I'm
let's go.
sorry.
We're jumping into the game. It's Champion Select. It is
Uh.
Jupiter versus Moon. My name is Muskie,
I'm Crepe.
and we are bringing you Solo Q Sisters. I feel like I should snap when I say that. Like, you're a Solo Q sister. Maybe it's like a dynamic
I
Q
think
sister.
that's a little bit.
That's just what I think of when I think sisters. I think of like sassy girls when they say sisters. It's like, listen here, sister. Like, you know what I mean?
That's great.
Yeah, well,
I'm really happy for you.
shit. I'm just telling it like it is.
Heck, please. This is
Shoot.
a family-friendly
Shoot.
event.
Hey man, I got nothing but love for all the people here, man. I love Solo Q. I love Toronto Esports. I think
I love Lamp.
I love Lamp. Sick reference.
Thanks, dude. You ever seen Rambo?
I'm gonna bring you to my house later, and we're gonna watch Rambo together. See what
I gotta
happens.
work tonight, friend.
Okay. Well, I'll be waiting for you. You can come over after you're done.
Can't wait.
Bullshit.
I'll break the bubbly.
Bullshit. You can wait. You don't even care about Rambo. It's a freaking great movie.
I would like to watch Rambo.
I wonder. Let's see what other champions there are. Or
But there's Swain. That's nice. I like Swain.
let's-
Swain's really strong, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, Swain's really good. Swain's always kind of been really good. He's just he's still got the same problems. What they changed about him didn't really change a whole lot. Nothing is like broken about his new kit. It's
just substantially better. There's more healing, there's more damage, there's more zone control.
I think the big change is that his E
Way
is
clear.
no. So his E used to scale, like it would go up to 20% extra damage, but they changed it to flat 20% extra damage. So you can only need to put 1 point in E, and it allows you to put all of your points into Q, and that allows you to wave cure. So you'll max Q into W. You used to max E into W, but now you can max Q, which gives you a little bit of that. Just a little bit more freedom to trade. It's not a point and click. It's not a single target. Like, sure, the bird is single target, but it moves to another target. You can wave clear it a lot more effectively. And you get the full value of that increased damage right away. I used to play AD Swain back in the day. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah?
You could get 5 points in E. And
What
then
was your build? Trinity Force?
no, I just go straight IE.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because you just do 20% more damage with your auto attacks.
But do you not want like that Trinity Force proc that you'd get?
Nah, you just want auto attack bitches. I was so good that I'd win lane like in 2 seconds anyways, so, you know.
Those were the days when
yeah.
Muskie was good in Season 2.
It's season 2 to like season 4.5. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh, how the not quite so mighty have
So there's the Heck
remained
Room.
kinda
There's the
where
Heck
they're
Room,
at.
dude.
Yeah.
We saw ban last game.
We did see some Heck Ram bans, which is interesting because
Yeah.
I don't feel like Heck Ram's in a particularly good spot. But with the ghost buffs, actually,
Yeah, that's true.
I like it.
That's true.
I like it.
That's true.
But very kiteable. Which,
You know what I love with Ghost?
what?
Aurelion Soul.
Aurelion Sol is a champion that I have yet to actually pick up myself.
I got it in ARAM once, and I was just like, holy shit, this is the greatest freaking champion ever. And I played it and just went off. It was so much fun.
I feel
it's
in
really
ARAM,
hard
it's
to
a
get
pretty
the,
good-
you know how like he was doing that thing where he would get the thing all the way down the mid lane?
the
That's
star to
actually
be
really hard
real
to
big.
do. Yeah, it's really hard to do. You can't get it past like the first, like your last turn in mid. Like it's nearly impossible. You have to do it perfectly.
And yeah, and on ARAM map you can make it the entire lane. No one is safe.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's very,
if you try hard
very,
enough, you can
very,
probably
very
make
cool
it the
champion.
entire map. You gotta try really hard.
If you had Ghost, you could do it, I think.
Well, no, because it's still traveling forward, so there's eventually it will just be some of it gets cut off by the map, and then you just like fly into the enemy fountain and die. which should be pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Got this giant star about to explode.
You could probably do some really cool stuff with that if you use like Bard, things like that, because you could use Bard to keep up with it. But you'd have to like, it's so hard. It's such a tricky spell.
It's very interesting. But now we have full team comps.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it real quick.
Sure thing. Swain mid.
So
Karma top.
I think that's Swain top.
Yes, you're right.
I think
actually.
that's Swain
Yeah.
top versus Gragas top.
Yes.
Lux
Weird.
versus Karma mid.
You would think it would be a Hecarim top and a Gragas jungle.
You would. But that's just to speak to the players. And we see another Leona.
Yep.
And this time paired with an Ashe. Again, not an all-in type champion.
But a very, very good lane to gank bottom for.
Yes, there's a lot of setup post 6 for sure.
Yeah.
And
something
Hecarim
that I
does-
used
yeah,
to
Hecarim
love
really
running
does
back in the day
benefit from
was either Nocturne Karthus with Leona Ashe or TF. Something like TF Nocturne, something like that with Leona Ashe. So much kill potential down bottom.
Mhm.
So they should definitely play around that, especially because they have the Gragas. Gragas can, TP in behind, use an ulti, push them out away from the tower. They got Lux that can help from long range.
Yeah, Gragas is going to have a much more immediately impactful teleport than Swain will. Swain will eventually, with all the sustained damage and whatnot,
Yeah.
he'll get up there, but
Yeah.
Gragas
Let's talk about the top lane.
far more.
It's kind of like Karma's good because when she's not in a solo lane, she doesn't have to peel for anybody. So she can E herself and run in, tether somebody, sort of like a Morgana would ulti somebody, and then use Mantra Q. It's really good. She gets a lot of sustain from her ulti W as well. Very strong laner. But so's Gragas, man. Gragas is a lot of damage.
Well, I mean, Karma's not going to be mid, I don't think.
Top.
Top is what I meant.
God, you're right.
Either of them could be
Yeah.
true. I've seen both of them in both solo queue and in competitive.
Yeah, I think I actually like Karma top more, just because she's got a little bit more survivability dealing with those ganks, getting away from a Hecarim.
I think Karma is a better matchup into Lux than Swain is. Karma can get that early shove on by just queuing the backline twice.
It's true. It's true.
And the cooldowns are lower, and of
Swain
course having
definitely does
access
have
to
trouble
your ulti early.
last hitting under tower, no doubt about that.
As does Lux, and it's the Lux that we've seen. It's the same Lux we saw in the last game. So, making those ballsy flash plays. But we saw the chart at the end of the game, and she did a ton of damage.
Yeah, no, it was no doubt. Lux played really well. Like, played fine. Like, the only person that was really putting up a fight in the game was that Ari mid against her, and she played fine. She didn't feed, she didn't die, she didn't lose anything. She made some very aggressive plays, but she had some sick setups as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely happy with the way that this team was playing. It's Team Moon on the red team and Team
It
Jupiter.
is, and Jupiter on the
blue side.
Blue.
And we saw Team Jupiter play the second game.
Jupiter played the first game of the day.
First game.
Moon played the second game of the day.
Right.
So this is the winners of game 1 versus the winners of game 2.
Yeah.
Now playing together in the winners bracket final.
Yeah. So obviously a little bit of
to get themselves
sneaky pick ban stuff because, for example, the Leona was picked away from JX Rose. She played it in the first game. There's a few things like that. So these guys are really taking this tournament seriously. I like it. I dig it. Some micro, macro, mind game, pick and ban.
I like that.
Majestic, magnificent.
You're just going to say every word that you can think of that starts with M?
Maybe.
Mammoth. Malphite.
Mayhaps. Was it a mistake?
Mom.
Masterful.
I like the way that these kinds of solo queue and just tournaments in general. Stop talking. Develop their own individual metas. This meta being, like Leona has fallen into this tournament's meta, just because she's been picked in every game.
Also, because she's.
We haven't seen a Leona succeed.
I think that she's got a very high play rate for females.
I mean, she has a very high play rate in general.
Well, I think that female players tend to gravitate towards certain champions. Leona's definitely one of them. Have you ever seen? Obviously, you've seen Game of Thrones, right?
Yes.
I used to play.
What's Game of Thrones?
I used to play Leona way back in season 2, and I would always talk about Brienne of Tarth and how much Leona reminded me of Brienne of Tarth, of this big frickin' sword and shield wielding warrior
Brienne of Tarth
lady.
doesn't have a shield.
I
She
think
doesn't.
she doesn't use a shield. I think you're right. But still, when you
You tried. It's okay.
when you spam your control 3, reminds me big time. Let's see if she spams it. Please spam it.
So you have your emotes still bound to your control number keys?
Yeah, except for laugh, which is bound to my mouse button.
Okay. I have them all bound to JKLM.
Yeah, gotcha.
Just because so they're easily accessible.
Yeah. There's nothing better than spamming your mouse button.
And I play a lot of Zed, and that's a really good laugh to spam. That's like a instant
it's
tilter.
like same as Master Yi, Warwick, kind of that level. Yeah, definitely. Ho ho ho. Yes. Shaco's got a good dance too. That's his control 3.
Shaco's the
worm.
The worm, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know you can make your clone dance too. It's great.
I didn't know that actually.
It's good stuff.
Because I've never played Shaco.
It is Swain top. Yo,
Swain top with Grasp of the Undying.
If I was playing the Solo Queue tournament,
Interesting.
I'd be playing a little bit of that Shaco top, AP Shaco top. Ooh, baby.
Of course you would. How do you feel about Grasp of the Undying on Swain? I feel like Deathfire Touch would have been a better pick.
It just kind of depends on how you want to play this game out. Speaking
Ooh,
of
level
playing this
2.
game out, yeah, stun comes out, so it's going to be a good trade back, considering it's the bounce as well. Turns level 2 mid-fight here. Ooh, great dodge by that Ashe. Really keeping it in her advantage here. Yeah, Swain able to play so aggressive against this Gragas. Those auto attacks doing 20% more extra damage. He's got that E on him. As soon as he levels up that W next, it's going to be a very risky situation for this Gragas to be in. The only thing about top lane Swain is that he doesn't have Ignite, and that's one of the things you really want to run with Swain, because your Ignite does 20% extra damage too. 20% extra 2 damage is quite a bit, especially level, early on.
But then if you're not snowballing the game or
It's
snowballing your lane
It's
individually,
There
then
we go.
that
This is
might
going to
come
be
useless.
the
But
play.
there
Maybe a
comes
flash
flash
follow?
first. Not gonna flash after him.
Yeah, that's
Good.
smart. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
like
the
to see
kind of
that.
player to
Restrained
flash
play.
after. Yeah.
I also really liked. I just want to talk a little bit about that all-in that they had in the bottom lane.
Mhm.
Using that, like Leona's super strong at level 2. Ashe is kind of whatever
Yeah.
at level 2, but
Yeah.
still not bad.
Yeah.
But Leona is extremely powerful at level 2. Like Leona Lucian at level 2, for example, was probably the strongest power spike for any lane in the game.
Quirky, yeah, something like that.
So I like that they, recognized they had that advantage and they jumped on their opportunity to do that. That was nice.
Speaking of jump on it. Here comes the Hecarim.
Oh, it's true. The Hecarim is chilling in the tri-bush.
Yeah. He decides.
She's
against
only
the
level
Chi.
3.
That's a cool skin. I've never seen that before.
Oh, yeah, that's that skin made me start playing Hecarim.
Ugh, here we go.
Tanks a couple tower shots.
Gonna get
Because you
stunned
can. Get
too.
stunned up.
Hello. The bait, the ignite comes out from Leona.
Trying a little bit too hard to
Oh
force something
my
to happen
gosh.
there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Threw a lot of their advantage they had, unfortunately, and they show.
They got chunked out
where the Hecarim is.
substantially.
Oh, wow. Really good engage, actually. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit the 80 carry. It ends on the support. But in terms of effective health down there, the Team Moon's definitely still ahead.
Leona still has some cookies to eat away.
Yeah,
Leona
Leona,
Jesus making her first gank of the game. Walks in, walks out. Just
Leona
like game
has
1.
the highest base health regen in the game as well, so she should be A-okay.
I mean, yeah,
Gragas.
doesn't help to eat a couple cookies either.
Gragas is going to get dove pretty soon. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it on this wave, definitely. Definitely.
On this wave, no.
Yeah, definitely.
If Swain can
Wanna
get
make a
level
bet?
6.
You want to make a bet? $5, let's go. $5. No flash, let's go. Gentleman's agreement. Damn
Well,
it, I lost.
I mean, you look at you look at where Amumu
Damn
is, and you look at where Hecarim is. They are not in position to make a dive.
Oh, yeah,
Swain
you
was
don't-
almost
you
out
don't
of
need a
mana.
jungler to dive.
Like, there's no sustain there yet. There's no mana yet. Tier on the Swain. No Rod of Ages. Screw that.
I dig it. Skills up.
We're going tier.
He can go tier and Roa if he really wants to, but he's not going to be getting a lot of blue buffs this game. So
Yeah, that's a lot of scaling.
he's had a lot of builds throughout the eons, the ages. He is the master tactician. So
That's true.
I used to go
Tactifying
Roa
masterfully.
Chalice on him. Pretty much the only thing that's really core is Roa and Zonias. Because one of the big plays you can do with Swain is you can Zonias while your ulti's up, and you still get healing while you're in stasis form. So your birds are still going out, they're still coming back, you're still healing, and you heal quite a bit.
Spirit's Visage is very good for the same reason.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We actually saw. You unfortunately were not with me, but at Good Game Con.
Unfortunately for you, fortunate for me. Saruda! S2D1K.
At Good Game Con, we saw a Swain actually in the finals of that tournament. And the healing that you get when you've got a couple items and you've got some mana sustain is actually absurd. It is kooky crazy. Swain got like something like a 10% win rate increase with
I love champions like that, man.
and that's the thing is that his win rate wasn't actually bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's
went from
a niche
like
pick, man.
55 or whatever up to 65%.
He's always been a
That's
counter pick, man.
ridiculous
There
increase.
was, I don't know if you remember back in season 4, I think it was, what was that dude's name? Nuke Duck picked it against Faker in mid lane against his Fizz, or maybe it was an Akali, something like that. But Swain's always been really good against certain
Faker
champions.
playing Akali? That's upsetting.
I think it was Fizz. I could be wrong. Swain's great, though.
Do you remember the era of Season 4 when Akali was just like straight broken?
Yeah, I played a lot of Akali. Played jungle Akali, too. Wow, lots of good damage actually coming out
There's
there.
the Swain sustain.
Oh my god, that Karma did so much damage. Are you kidding me? This turnaround. First blood comes over. Unfortunately, they don't have anyone there to follow up. Where is the Amumu? She's not done yet, though. There comes a great combo.
Whoa.
She flashed it just in time. The E comes out. The auto attack will lock that down for Chocoberry. Great mechanical play by her, actually. All around, just a very close fight in the top lane. 1 kill going over to the Karma. Honestly, could have made it 3. She got a massive Mantra cube out there.
Karma must have tenacity somewhere in her masteries because that seemed like
Yeah, that
a
was
flash
weird.
that was impossible.
That was weird. Yeah.
She
Okay,
must
so
have the tenacity mastery.
there's weird things in the game based on coding. I don't know exactly how it works, but for example, if you are CC'd by a Lux, no, not a Lux binding. Say you're stunned by
Amumu.
what's this, like an Ash arrow or something like that. So you get
Sure.
stunned from across the map as an Ash arrow, and you're Kale, and you're sitting there spamming ulti on yourself, and you get chain CC'd, it will let your ulti go off. Unless you overlap it by like 5 seconds, or 0.5 seconds. Like, just the way that the coding goes off, it prioritizes that. So the flash, even if you're CC'd, if you're spamming it, like, it will come out and like have higher priority over the other spells.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is strange.
Yeah.
Well, Swain losing a lot of his oppressive nature in this top lane now that there's a Spectre's Cowl.
Yeah, it's similar though to the
And not building any
Teemo
damage
matchup,
yet
though.
either,
It's similar
yeah.
to the Teemo matchup because he's at the same CS as this Gragas. In fact, Gragas is ahead because look at those creeps there, you know. And like, even though you're playing a good lane, you need to take advantage of that because in the later stages of the game, a Gragas that's getting this much farm is going to be, in my opinion, a lot more valuable in a team fight scenario than just a Swain.
Exactly. League of Legends is not all about matchups.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how advantageous the matchup is for you if you don't play it properly. If you don't abuse it, rather, you're going to have a hard time.
Team's going to have a hard time.
Everyone's going to have a hard time.
All right, so let's talk about female Jesus here because she
Sure.
in the first game, she didn't really gank very much. But when
She
did,
showed a few more times than she has in this game so far, I would say.
Yeah, but when she did, she got a lot of kills. It wasn't like she was useless the whole game. She just kind of, it was almost like she was efficient. However,
yeah.
she fell behind in farm as well. This time, she's kind of on the same page as Hecarim.
She's even in farm, but she's made 2 less play, or attempted less plays. Had less successful plays. Hasn't died yet either.
Gets turned around on there. Arrow? Nope, no arrow. Yeah, so, you know, she did win the MVP for the first game simply because she did wind up being the player to kind of take the game into
facilitating those team fights.
Yeah, exactly.
To face
see
tank
if
a
she's
lot of
able to
stuff.
do it again. Wow, so yeah, look at this Gragas, man. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, wow. And the Swain like hasn't built any damage or anything.
Gragas
yet.
is actually out of
Gragas is
mana. He could lose here. He went too aggressive. If Swain has flash, he does not have flash, damn.
Swain doesn't have the mana to make those aggressive all-ins
Gragas,
just
you mean?
yet. No, Swain. I'm saying Swain's the way Swain's building. Like you saw how quickly his mana pool was draining. Her mana pool was draining. If she had flash for that, it definitely would have been close. Gragas also has flash and body slam. And body slam's only like 40 mana.
Yeah.
But it could have been.
Swain's one of
Yeah.
those champions that has the freaking terrible passives, like Vigar. Like that crappy mana passive. Like, just useless. Such a bad passive. Compare it to something like, Gragas, who heals. Or Amumu, Magic Pen. Karma gets her, like, Lux does damage. Leona does damage. It's just a very lackluster passive from that Swain. Kind of the old remnants of old League of Legends.
Interesting move by Choco Bears. Has got two components of the Morellonomicon and then decided not to finish it, and has got a Nidsley Large Rod. I don't know what order she bought them in. I didn't quite notice, but Morellonomicon's really important in this matchup for the Grievous Wounds on the Swain. Same with, I would really like to see an relatively early Executioner's Calling on Ashe.
Yeah, there's Ignite on Leona too, so definitely keeping that in mind.
That was smart. It was a smart move.
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna have anyone really diving either. It's definitely like a back line. There's no.
This Karma pick unfortunately hasn't really worked out because ideally, like, it is a aggressive laner.
I think it'll be great with the team fights because we saw it paired with the Amumu last time too, right? It was
provides a lot
Sivir,
of utility in team fights.
It was Sivir, Amumu, Karma. And it definitely is going to help them with their engages. Look at this.
Oh, really
combo.
nice turn on that.
Yeah, they find it. And there's the ulti flash forced by both guys there, both the Lux and the Amumu. I'd say that's a worth trade definitely to get that,
absolutely.
That Karma
Flash
back
on
in the game.
Amumu for kill on Karma and double summoners on the Lux.
Yeah,
absolutely worth it.
Show.
Well played by both of
them. This is a very slow and long laning phase.
This
exactly tied in gold right now.
Reminiscent of, I don't know if you saw, but last night, game 2, I believe, between NRG and Envy.
That was
it was game 1, I think.
Pretty resident sleeper.
It was,
was
first blood happened at 25 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
And then the game was over 6 minutes later. And then the game after that was like 20 or 50. It was a 50. No, it was over an hour long, that game, the game 2 of that series between Navi and Energy last night.
Oh, here we go. A fight in the bottom lane. Leona getting picked out. Altis.
Oh my goodness, is she
trying to live here. And there's a collapse coming down from the move. He has no ulti. Brahm's trying to get his passive on everything. Here comes the Luxall hitting only Braum. And it might not be over yet because, I guess Gragas does not have TP. I'm incorrect. Sorry about that. I was going to say maybe we could see a flank, but.
And also Swain can cancel it, but Gragas can also cancel Swain.
That's true. You can interrupt TPs.
No TPs blown there. Leona for Braum. Both your summoners on both your AD carries. That was a very even move.
Yep.
Both AD carries are still there farming in the bottom
look at that
lane.
gold, man.
Neither of them are taking an advantage from that. Neither of them are going to get a tower, and neither of them are going to go for a Drake. And that's a really important Drake to get. That's the Mountain Drake, the objective Drake. Even just one of them melts down Rift Herald and Baron and Dragon and stuff.
15%,
like crazy.
I think.
10, 20, and 30.
Yeah.
On your 3 stacks.
Yeah. I definitely am still getting used to that new Dragon.
Oh, we all are.
We saw a very similar game to this in the first match of the day when we saw Jupiter playing very slow, but they also turned it on very quickly, and they won the game very quickly.
They found their power
very similar to that NRG game like you're talking about. It was slow up until about 20 minutes, and then boom, they had won by 30. So I think this is definitely a good playstyle from the Jupiter team, and they're isolating these ganks. Hecarim's not going to be nearly as useful later on as an Amumu will. They've got the Sivir once again, scales massively. Karma scales well. Swain scales well. On the other side, it's the only people that really fall off are the Leona and the Hecarim. The Lux will do well, but she really needs to find her spells, whereas something like a Karma and a Swain would be much more impactful the entire time. Lux, her spells are still on a very long cooldown. If she doesn't hit everything, then she's going to be useless, even for protecting her AD carry. So
really needs that Nomicon.
yeah, that and like cooldown boots or something like that. When it moves into the next stage of the game, I think she's okay right now.
Morello's maybe an Abyssal Scepter. I wouldn't mind either of those. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
that
big
karma damage.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Burns the barrier.
coming out with the W as well. Amumu.
Whew.
They both don't have flash.
Is Jesus going to make this play? I don't think so.
The young Jesus.
The young Jesus. MVP from game 1.
Yeah.
Got to restore her MVP status. Juice ended up for game 2. 3.
Very, very, very slow game. Looks like Amumu might get in a tussle with the Hecarim over this Scootler.
El Scootel.
CLG Scuttle. Yeah, and we see Karma trying to make a play onto the Hecarim, who is forced to use
that's
the
the
ultimate.
second ult in a row that she's had to use defensively. Not making the plays.
Whoa,
that
Sivir
like
popped. Getting deep in and onto the Sivir, no shield available. Braum puts an ultimate down to try and protect. The shield is not available to stop the arrow, and that actually splash damaged over to the Sivir, even though it hit Braum, and that's going to be an easy kill for them to pick up there. Ability is just not used in conjunction, and
maybe we
spread
will
out ineffectively.
See the first tower of the game. The laning phase ending.
Yeah.
Braum's pinging for help. Amumu's top jungle. Karma's running mid, and Swain is fighting in the top lane, but Braum's holding his own.
Swain doing Swain things.
Do you think we're going to see a dive here? Do you think we're going to get it?
No.
Pushing in the wave?
No.
Reposition for a
I think
dive?
they're just going to go for the tower. They're pretty spooked, I feel like.
Agree. There's a ward behind them, but only one TP user who's already up there. So
I would like to see them just focus on this tower because they need to equalize it. They really need to equalize what's going to happen bottom here. Otherwise, they're at risk of falling behind just in the overall momentum of the game. Here comes a dive bottom, actually. We didn't even think about that one. Just in time for Sivir. Sivir has no ultimate, but maybe she can catch up all the same. She's going to have the stun onto Ashe. Drop a ward. There's the blue trinket. Is it going to run off? It does. She should be okay. Actually, the Leona goes back in for almost no reason here, and that's going to be a double kill unless Pink Rambo is able to...
Looks like Pink Rambo's going to get out of that.
I thought Pink Rambo would have gone down there for
the
sure.
Q wasn't quite off cooldown. The heal to extend the chase a little overzealous.
1 for 0 there.
But yeah, another 1 for 0. That
technically 1 for 1. Just a very very
extended 1 for 1.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some miscommunication going down on that bottom lane. No doubt. Seeing Leona go in, not at the same time as the Ashe, abilities not being up. Speaking of which, Ashe is up now, however, though, and she's...
Jupiter going to finally try and make a play on this dragon?
We got to keep a remember out for that arrow, It's definitely a factor we haven't seen
and whether Braum
play
can
into
get
this
her
game.
shield up in time.
Yeah, there's the...
Mumu used her engaged on the dragon.
Ooh,
that
this
was
is really bad.
unwise.
It's really bad for these guys. They need to...
Chain slows.
Here's the arrow. No, where's the arrow? Oh, the TP. Did they not see it?
I don't think they see it.
Canceled. Swain actually does continue with it. Oh, that huge Lux ult. Big ulti from the Leona as well. The Swain's going to flash out. Amumu's going to get chased down. Wow, what a huge ultimate coming out from Lux. And the turnaround from the Swain. It's not over yet. Swain's got to sustain, but they're keeping out of range just a little bit. Now it's just Sivir, and she's going to be in trouble. Great damage coming out from this Lux the entire game. I wish we had those. Oh! Couldn't take that 1 kill there. Good try by Leona to tank that tower, but I wish you could see damage done in the team fight because right now Lux is absolutely dominating. 7-1-2. Picked up the Morellos like you were talking about.
Lux and Hecarim got that sort of combo scissor off. Scissor move activate, and they just kind of slam jammed each other.
She hit some huge E's and that huge ultimate there. Really just dominating that team fight. Hit such a huge power spike. Look at those items she came to that fight with. Like we were talking about, she picked up those pen boots. She picked up that Morellos. Let's see what she gets when she goes back.
That Morellos was huge in that team fight. Preventing the Swain from sustaining
Look at that. Full buy onto the, whatchamacallit? The Delia. The Delia. The whatchamacallit.
I love that item. I love that item.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, it's a great item.
I just like going fast, and I like doing bursty things.
Yep.
We're going to see our first
I
Trinity
do miss
Force,
DFG,
our first
though.
new Trinity Force. Of course, you miss DFG. We all miss DFG.
How do you feel about this new Trinity
The new
Force?
Trinity Force. I think it's better for all Trinity Force users, except, maybe not all Trinity Force users, but most Trinity Force users, except like Corky and Yasuo.
Yasuo?
The standard Yasuo build at the moment
You're
is like
saying it wrong. Yasuo?
Yasuo.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I hate when people say Yasuo. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness. The
Jesus.
female Jesus gets actually CC'd
Jesus.
right there. Only does get a little bit of an Amumu ult, and that's the same thing with the Lux. She gets a little bit of an ult this time around, but still so
Difference free
much
hitting.
damage coming out. There's an arrow, a huge arrow on the double bind as well. Are you kidding me? What a great CC combo by Team Moon. Holy crap. Pink Rambo and Chocoberry are just playing out of their mind this game. 12 kills between them.
The Karma's adding nothing to these team fights, unfortunately. Only has the one item to the 2.5-ish of Lux. Lux is probably going to make a recall now, buy herself another needlessly large rod into that Rabadon's or Void Staff. Void Staff, I would hope. It's a lot of MR being stacked on this team.
This Team Moon is looking unstoppable. They've gotten so...
Yeah, their team fight cohesion has been very impressive.
They just put out so much damage in these team fights. This Lux, man, absolutely dominating. That Ashe arrow comboed into the body slam of the Gragas, followed by, more damage from the Lux. It's just all the way through.
Yeah, the Ashe is
insane damage.
Ashe doesn't do anything necessarily flashy unless, you get a cross-map ulti or something like that. But Ashe is not a particularly flashy champion. Whereas, Lux's abilities are huge and colorful and whatever, and you see them and, oh my god, Lux's damage. But the Ashe has been positioning very well for a low mobility champion against a Swain and a Mumu and a Karma and a Braum and a Sivir also. None of them have necessarily that crazy dive that, say, for example, Leona provides. But, positioning safely and getting just a lot of consistent damage out. It's very nice to see. Very impressive.
And here we go. We are bringing it into the midfield. Right now. And they're going to start hitting that tower, and it's already got a little bit of damage down on it as well. And this is a pretty good just like pokey siege comp as well, because they've got the zone control from both the Gragas and the Lux. They can cut off pretty much the entire map. And if somebody steps out of line, that's a Lux ult right there, or a Leona ult.
But when Swain gets a couple, she's got the items under her belt that she needs to start getting those TP flanks off. She's got the Rod of Ages at 8 stacks. She's got the Spirit's Visit, and she's got the tier stacking.
I think if it's only 3,000 gold difference, a little bit less than that. I think if the Swain can sustain in these fights a little bit and just kind of take a little bit of the pressure off of her carries, maybe that will allow them to do enough damage to get themselves back inside this game.
Exactly what I'm thinking.
Help the Sivir get a lot more auto attacks off in those team fights. That's all they need. Ooh, huge catch coming out from female Jesus. Arrow hits onto the Swain. He doesn't have his ultimate up right now. Oh my god, that Hecarim ulti does a great amount of CC as well. Just so much AoE damage coming out. Exhaust onto the Ashe right now. Hecarim's still trying to tank it up. He's going to get taken down next.
Rob survived.
Oh, barely living. Swain, this is what we're talking about. He's got those items. He is zoning onto that Ashe. And he does get a kill there easily. Rather.
And that's exactly what we were looking for. The Q was unnecessary. Don't know what that was for. Face just going to check this bush with my Q real quick.
Stop points.
But exactly what they needed, a catch on the Lux. Lux so fed, so strong, providing so much AoE damage in these team fights. Gets the catch. And then Swain, got chain CC'd before her ulti was activated, unfortunately.
Didn't even matter, though. Didn't even really go below half health there. And it was a good attempt to land that CC the same way that they had in the past. It's just the way that fight started, having that Amumu able to find the Lux right away meant that they were able to eliminate a lot of the damage in that fight, just kind of make her not be able to find the proper the proper ulti to really win that fight right away, and split it up, allowed them to kind of break it into 2 skirmishes, and that's really where we saw the team of Team Jupiter really start to succeed.
And there's an Executioner's calling on Ashe.
Yep, you called it.
I did it.
Great work. Lux, oh my goodness, so deep. Kind of a choke on the W from Swain there. But all the same, it's good idea for them to just get on the hell out of there, because the entirety of Team Moon is in that jungle, minus Ashes in the bottom lane. I'm looking for that cross-map arrow as well. Might not be a bad time to go for it. There's no pressure really anywhere on the map.
Important thing to keep an eye on.
They
in these
find
team
something
fights.
mid right now. Throw an arrow. Throw an arrow. It's okay. We got better vision than they do.
I would say
Play it
not
safe.
throw. Well, they can't if they throw an arrow from bottom lane into mid. I mean, as
Gotta
nice
YOLO,
as that
man.
would be.
You just gotta go for
but
it.
then Ashe is still in bottom
Yeah,
lane,
you gotta
right?
go for it, dude. Gotta go for it.
And that's why I'm silver and you're unranked.
It's true.
'Cause
But
you make those ballsy
I look
plays.
good when I do it.
I don't doubt it.
You know, you feel good when you throw arrows across the map. You hit level 6, you're like, all right, bro, top lane, you ready for this? You ping where the arrow's going, and they walk into it, and you are like, damn, that feels good.
Feels good to
Don't
be
need to go to the gym today.
Or you could just play Blitzcrank top. And
I'm more of a Blitzcrank mid guy.
yeah?
Yeah.
I can respect that. Or Blitzcrank mid works too. And you just pull them into the arrow. Just say, ult on me. I'll do the rest.
Nice. One of my favorite combos is I think I've probably said this before, but Nautilus and Lux in the same team, because you can place that dredge line down, and I think that's what the ability's called, right? Is it dredge line or depth charge? Depth charge, I think.
Depth charge is ultimate.
Yeah. So you place the depth charge down, and then it doesn't matter if you can queue in, and then flash and depth charge the ultimate or the AD carry. It doesn't matter where they go, they'll always get knocked up and line up a perfect Lux ult, no matter where they go. And you can do 80 to 90% of an AD carry's health, if not a one-shot, with that Lux ulti.
Not a bad strat.
Yeah,
Unless, of course, there's a Braum in the way or something.
Yeah, for sure. Flash forced out.
Yeah, that's actually really big.
Yes, huge.
Ashe, very low mobility. All of these
Especially
champions
because
actually
Swain
very
has
low
his flash up.
mobility. Yeah, Swain has his flash up. Female Jesus has flash up in about 30 seconds or so. And Curse of the Sad Mummy.
Fire Dragon.
Fire Dragon loses some of its effect in the mid to late game. But
Oh, here we go. Ultimate. Oh, the Lux ulti hits everybody. Such good effectiveness off of that. Hecarim goes in, pushes in the Braum forward. He's going to get taken down by the Ashe right now. But look at that Amumu doing so much zone control. He's going to go down. Lux is getting zoned out completely, but still finds a little bit onto that Swain, who's trying to go for the Ashe, who continues the kite. Karma, like you said, not doing much. And that Hecarim's going to try and chase them down. Ooh, a great Mantra double kill actually coming up from the Karma. And it's not over yet.
is Karma versus the world here. But Karma's like full mana, pretty close to full HP.
Oh, waste her Mantra, though.
Everybody else flashing. I mean, Mantra's such a short cooldown, and you get it back when you hit people with it. She's already got 30% CDR just in her item, so.
All right, stop yelling.
What?
I wish we had replays. Unfortunately, I'm kind of surprised at how close that fight was. I guess it's just everyone's putting so much pressure on to Pink Rambo, and since they've picked up a lot of magic resist AoE, essentially, like you've got the
Void Staffs are so necessary right now.
you've got the Locket picked up pretty early, and it's really working, especially because there's double magic resist items on the Swain and the Amumu. She's really not able to blow them up the same way that she was earlier, unless she's finding like a good damage directly onto the carries. She's hitting it across the whole team, but it's not like it's not a game changer anymore like it was at the start of the game. So you're right, she definitely needs that magic pen.
And Amumu, despite getting a 3-man, 3-woman, if you will, ulti
3-person
off in that team fight, she just got the tanks.
Yeah.
She got Leona,
Ulti
she got Hecarim, and she got Gragas up there.
Ulti isn't up for the Amumu right now. It's up in about 10 seconds. They could have maybe. I mean, it's pretty hard to know that. I think it's like a 200-second cooldown, but at the end of the day, both teams are going to back on out, pick up some buffs, and we'll reconvene at the Dragon in a minute.
Look at the vision control. I would wager to say excessive vision control that Red Team has amassed around the Dragon Pit. They've got Scuttle, they've got Ward, they've got Ward on the ramp, and yet Blue Team are the one who's taking away the Dragon with no contest.
Yeah, unfortunate, especially because they dropped that Karma top, too.
Yeah, and it's even a 4v5.
Yeah.
Karma has teleport, but 4 seconds without a Karma
Yeah,
is enough for them to
teleport, yeah.
burst out a champion, burst out a Sivir or something like that.
Unfortunate. So yeah, we can see the communication is starting to break down for Team Moon here. They were the ones that were looking promising.
But now they're starting to wander up top, maybe looking for a play on this Baron. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Sivers
It's
bottom.
completely black for...
Yep, Sivers bottom. Even just to start a fight here would be really good. And that's where the Ash Arrow comes in handy, you know? Ash Arrow followed by Leonel. Like,
Sivir getting pinged back
I would love to
to
see
join the team.
a rotation top lane, which is they're going to do. And try and find a pick as they cross. Whoa! Amumu, 5-man ulti.
Where's the follow-up, though?
But he's going to get taken down quite low because he's got no teammates there, and there's a huge ulti from Lux in that close range corridor. Swain doing what she can once again, but the Ignite is down on her, and she's going to get blown up very quickly. Same thing with the Karma. Great attempt by female Jesus, but unfortunately...
And that looks like it's going to be the Baron.
Yeah, unless there's a Mantra Q coming from the Lux, there's just not a whole lot of AoE to follow up with that, or you know, the Sivir there to get those auto attacks. And for Sivir and Amumu to be in the same place to be able to dive that quickly.
Oh, they're not even going to look for the Baron, actually.
TP way deep. That was really weird. What the hell was that?
As Karma ran away into the enemy
Gotcha.
jungle.
I thought that was a TP.
Oh, wow, and they even got Hecarim. Holy, this is going badly.
Yeah, the Sivir ult doing work here. A great chase comp. They've got a lot of mobility. Is it going to be enough to find some more kills? The Ashe doing what she can with her crystal volley. Ooh, goes for the Ashe. Doesn't find it. The bounces from the minions, though, are catching their way up.
Got the Q.
There we go. And there's the Mantra
Holy,
ulti.
okay. So, Moon got so greedy on that. There was a free Baron available. All 5 of them were up, and they've got Ashe with the Shred and the Mortal Reminder already to really power through that Baron. Plus, I believe, yeah, plus a Mountain Drink under their belt. So they could get that really quickly. Instead, they decide to siege on a tower. Karma teleports in and just not does much damage. That was messy.
And there it is. What a comeback coming out from Team Jupiter. They are the ones who have picked up the Baron, and they bring it to their gold lead. Coming up on 33 minutes into the game, and this is what I'm saying, man. The first time we saw these guys in the game today, they did something very similar. They played in the late game. They won the late game.
And that's exactly the thing. The Swain, this Amumu, even the Sivir, they're all scaling.
Yeah, we really need the Sivir to keep scaling, I think. She's going to be the one person to really start to carry this game. If she can play far enough up to capitalize on this AoE, these fights are very condensed. If you can get that AoE, you know, static shiv, your W proc, everything like that, bouncing around in these team fights, that'll be huge because you've also got the protection from the Karma, got the protection from the Braum, but you just need to put out a lot more damage because right now this Amumu's useless and this Karma's useless in terms of winning a team fight.
Lots of potential, but you know, like we said, we just saw Amumu get a 5-man ulti that led to a lose team fight because, you know, saw an opportunity to go in, and that's great. Use your opportunities, but your team wasn't there.
Let's see what they can do with this Baron. Let's see what they can do with this Baron. They're moving towards the top lane. Trying to catch that wave, take out some Meta Towers. Not a bad play at all. However, bottom does have a wave pushing into their base. That's kind of unfortunate. Looks like this top tower could be, honestly, best case scenario right now is for Team Jupiter to engage underneath this tower, to dive this tower. I think they should really go for it. If they can find it on a good target, yeah, definitely.
I think they don't have the burst damage to really make it dive worth it. Like, their team is kind of based around sustained damage from, you know, Amumu, Swain, and Sivir.
They just need to put Sivir in a position where she can do a lot of damage, and that's why I'm saying they should maybe go for that dive because it's not under the base tower. They're all grouped up like that. They can get a big Amumu ulti, and if they can keep Sivir near the back and she can put out that spread damage, that would be very, very effective.
They're trying to out.
Oh man, they sent that TP Swain bottom.
TP bottom. That's
what I'm talking about, that wave. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. You gotta account for that before you set up for your top lane push. You only pushed one wave and you lost the TP when you have Baron. That's really bad.
Karma's TP is not up for another few minutes. Gragas' TP is up, so...
All right, this might be the fight. Honestly, they just need to find the right fight. I'm definitely in the corner of Team Jupiter here, just because I like to see the Sivir and the Amumu combo work out if they can. It's not as easy as an MF Amumu. You really gotta have your Sivir. Yeah, you gotta have your Sivir in the front lines, and that's very scary.
Yeah, that puts all the pressure on the Karma and the Braum to make sure that you know, Ashe's damage and Hecarim aren't diving in on him.
There it is.
Oh, there's dive.
Here we go. A big ulti. Oh my goodness. Leona, the savior of the game, finds an ulti onto the entirety of the backline. But Sivir is down for the count. Is it going to be enough damage to clean up this fight? They're diving so hard. They got a lot off at the start. But the Ashe is alive. A great dodge by her. And oh my goodness. A huge, huge ulti coming out from Leona, followed up by the Lux. Eliminated the backline of Doki. Not able to use a shield, not able to use a flash, not able to use a heal. Just completely evaporated in a second. And still a very close fight.
Yeah, still ends up being a 3-for-3, leaving the mid laner and jungler for Moon, or for Jupiter rather, and the support and AD carry for Moon. That was almost so good.
Yeah.
They like for Jupiter rather. It was
Yeah.
almost very good for Jupiter. They got a one shot.
Just a
nearly.
huge Leona ulti.
Yeah, there was a team fight changing Leona ulti, but also they couldn't get the one shot off on Chocoberry quite quickly enough to prevent her from getting her damage out. So she still got a bunch of damage out in that team fight and then died.
Yeah, I wish we could break down these team fights with replays, because you got to see who the Amumu is exactly ulting. Even though it's a good engagement, it's hitting a good number of people, if you can't get it onto Choco Barrier, if you can't get it onto Pink Rambo, then it becomes a little bit less effective. I think we also need to keep a little bit better eye out on these iGirl ultimates, because these could be game-changing as well. This is the only disengage that this team really has.
If you can push a Swain out of these team fights,
yeah,
that's
exactly,
huge.
exactly. And that's kind of the things that we got to be keeping an eye on as we get into the 40-minute mark. Still a 3,000 gold difference here. It's going to be down to, I think it's going to come down to catches here from Pink Rambo. It's, are you going to find an arrow or not? Because your team is on the back foot, and you need to get these fights in your favor again.
I really haven't seen, sure, the Ashe has been playing well, but it has nothing to do with the fact that it's an Ashe.
Yeah, not a playmaker.
Throw an arrow. I haven't really noticed.
This might be the opportunity, because Swain doesn't have TP, and they do see him basing in the top lane, her basing in the top lane, rather. And they're actually split here. An arrow would be massive. The Amumu looking for the flank over the wall. This could be a huge ulti as well. Gonna go for it, gonna go for it. Swain's not there. He's got the home guards. Oh, what? Oh, it was blind. It was blind. It was a blind Q. He did not get the ability onto the Ashe. The Ashe arrows the Amumu. On the other side of the map, it's Gragas zoning out the rest of the team. Ashe is trying to 1v9 here. Gragas, so little damage, actually. Pink Rambo is going to go down. Chocoberry is the next target. They don't have a Q on it from the Braum. Braum is this Q. They do have Karma, though. The Ultra Manti comes out. Are they going to be able to clean up? It looks like it. Sivir putting out so much damage, instantly deleting that Leona.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, it was close. It was a very awkward fight. Both teams were coming from both angles. It was a weird flank. Chocoberry wasn't able to get a good damage deal out. It was an awkward engage coming from the Amumu, but just the way that the team split up, like you said.
All had to do was just pick a side and everybody, all right, kill this.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? When you see this Team Moon be split up, they need to win these fights through AoE. They're an AoE comp, and they're really not finding that at those dragon fights, and that's where they seem to be losing the game.
And the Hecarim is not providing enough of a threat in these games for the back line.
Yeah,
in these team fights for the back
he's not tanky enough, and he's not enough of a threat. He's got a lot of assists, and his ultimates have been really on point. Her ultimates, excuse me, have been really on point. But
I don't know what that was.
I think it was probably a blind blue try and deny.
Maybe.
Pretty
I
sure.
mean, her ulti's also seemingly on like a 30-second cooldown, maybe 20-second cooldown.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world.
Or is it?
It's not.
Is it 2012 again?
No. It's 2016. We in the future.
Somebody talk to the Mayans. Somebody check the calendar. All right, here comes the Baron dance. This is the only dance that I know how to do. When a girl, see, this is actually perfect for me though.
Hey, you want to dance? Great.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go talk to the girls outside. I'm like, hey, ladies, you want to dance? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, like tango. And I'll be like, no, Baron. We'll see if that works. I think that's gonna be my pickup move. We'll see if it works. Any ladies out there, you want to Baron dance with me? Holla.
Don't do it.
Don't holla?
No, don't.
All right, we'll see. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna keep that one. gonna keep that one in my back pocket.
Okay, great. As long as I don't have to witness it, I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay, whatever, man. Snob. What are you, like, high elo smooth talker?
High elo smooth talker.
Yeah. Seems kind of like it.
What's my pickup line?
I don't know. What is your pickup line? Do you have one?
No.
You can be like a Tom Kench line. It's like, hey, baby, you want to pick up line or you want me to play Tom Kench? I'll pick you up. Something like that. I don't know.
No.
Something weird. That was just off the dome.
That was weak.
You're the one who said pick up. There's not many champions that can pick up in League of Legends. It's like, hey, baby, you want to get picked up or should I just give you a lantern? You
well,
know,
yeah,
like,
I mean, Tiny can pick people up, but he's in a
I don't
different
play
game.
that game, yeah.
I don't play that game
Keep
either.
that
I've
crap away
I've
from me.
literally played one game of Dota 2 in the last 2 years, and it was Tiny, and it was very interesting. Let's just put it that way.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, this game has just become like who's got bigger wave clear contest, and spoilers, you both do.
It's a lot about vision control too,
Mhm.
and that's experience. That comes down to experience. Comes down to teamwork. This game is going to come down, I think, to the better team. I really do. I think it's so even. You know, 5K goal at 42 minutes is not a big deal. It's going to come down to individual plays as playmakers and who's the better team. Who can control the vision, control the tempo of the game, who can make the right decision, where they want to put their efforts, and you know, how to manage things like the top wave you can see is being pushed in. You want to get that pushed in the other way.
It's also important to
and
understand
siege.
what vision control actually is. You know, people will be like, "Oh, get vision control around Baron, be great." They put a couple of wards in a couple of key spots. We have vision control. Not necessarily.
Mhm.
You need pink wards placed. You need sweepers active so that you can actually clear out the enemy's vision. Vision control just means that you have vision where they don't.
Yeah. Basically, cultivating an environment where you can have the best chances to win, either, you know, like a team fight or something like that. Like, by denying vision, you can threaten the Baron, make them feel like they're panicked and they need to make a decision and go check it like they're doing right now, and then be in the bush to punish that.
And if Jupiter can get Moon to funnel,
oh yeah,
there's a lot of
if
AoE damage.
Moon can get Jupiter to funnel as well.
I mean, yeah, if they fight in a funnel, then this game will end.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to get 5 throwed. It's just how well they can sort of chain the CC that they've got available to them.
I like that Jupiter has backed down here because they don't have any advantage right now. They know that they've lost their advantage. They don't need to commit to a
They
fight.
also don't have control of any of these waves.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. They need to get these waves pushing for them. And at least they're able to kind
Bottom
of
wave
keep
is
their vision
pretty
together a little
big.
bit.
And
These
there's still a lot of
arrows,
standing
I'm
gold on the
looking
map.
for this Ash arrow, man. I'm looking for this Ash arrow.
You're going to be looking for a long time,
Yeah.
my friend. There's still a lot of for 45 minutes in this game. There's still a lot of standing gold on the map. There's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 towers still standing for Moon, and
Carry
7
to
still
1.
standing for Jupiter.
Yo, they're very
is never
close to
my
each other.
strong suit.
Oh my goodness, I would not be surprised. Female Jesus is the kind of player to do a flash bandage.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that flash bandage great, but the rest of your team is behind you.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's very true.
So how effectively is that team going to
Yep.
get the follow up on it? Hopefully they have the comms to be like, all right, I'm gonna flash bandage.
Well, yeah, that's where the
Sivir ult
yeah,
now.
Yeah, that's where the Sivir and the Karma come in handy.
So
That's
if
for
we
damn
hear
sure.
that scream,
I think I just saw female Jesus walk by the window, so this game might be ending soon. We are 3 minutes behind. I could be just, an asshole.
what you
and-
spoilers in the chat? Spoilers in the chat. Let's go.
Yo, sorry, it's not Game of Thrones.
Yo, no spoilers.
No spoiler,
I haven't watched any of season 6
No
of Game of
spoiler in the
Thrones,
chat,
so please be quiet.
Flash bandage toss, I believe.
I mean, clear out the minion
Oh yeah,
wave
Ashe's
first.
top lane. This is when you want to go.
Ash top lane. It's not far though. They're gonna try and make the play
It's
anyway.
far
It
enough.
started, and there's vision on it for Moon. Moon knows this is happening.
Okay, they're gonna clean it. They have cleaned it. The Ashe E comes out. The Hawk shot. Here comes the Lux. Oh,
Braum arrows
the
the wrong way.
Zonias though. There's the Leona ult coming
gets it?
down
Amuma
onto
gets it.
everything. Amuma gets the Baron, and it's gonna be what seems to be a clean and easy cleanup from the blue team.
Both carries
and
are still alive.
It was female Jesus that I did see walk by the window, because that is a clean 5-for-0 ace for
Quadra kill for the Sivir.
Team Jupiter. Really good play.
5-for-0. That's gotta be the game.
Great Zonia's by Karma. Not only avoided
Guys,
all the
tank
damage,
it.
but also
Tank it. Take
baited
the tower.
team in.
There you go.
Female,
You got Karma Shield for
female
days.
Jesus is gonna tank that one up, and
What
just a matter of time before they clean the game up.
And I'm very impressed with this Sivir.
Yo, she
over the
carried.
course of this
She did
game.
great. 13, 5, and 11. Definitely put the team on her back, in her purse, as it were.
Unfortunately, Pink Rambo and Chocoberry were not
Pink
in
Rambo.
the position in that last team fight specifically.
Pink Rambo. You let me down, Pink Rambo.
He's crying. Guys, he's crying.
I just love Rambo so much. And you're pink. I love pink too.
Good game. Well played by Jupiter. Very back and forth game. The game of throws on throws on throws.
The Game of Thrones.
Game
You
of
either
throws.
win or you lose.
I feel like that's the game of most things.